Do I have any mental tools to battle anxiety? Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah! Yes, I do. I was born with a high metabolism. Yeah, and Lord have mercy. I, you know, I've read tens of thousands of books, self-help books. You know, starting with Freud and Jung, Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, and all their students and disciples, going all the way through all the movements, psychology movements, psychoanalytic movements, the self-help movements, Edgar Casey, you name it, the Urantia book, tens of thousands of books, but I have just read stuff. It's not all just cerebral. I put this stuff into practice. I made the transition from, I went through psychedelic drugs. I've done a lot of drugs, and you know, 60s, early 70s, but you know, I wasn't into the whole flower power movement. For, you know, just you know, let's have a great time, let's get high, let's get stoned. Well, there was that aspect of it, but yes, but it was much more involved. It was deeper than that. I wanted to stare deep into the eyes of God. I want to be one with God, whatever that means. And I wasn't sure. I'm not sure now. I want to find out, though, and I've been wanting to find out and trying to and working on it all my life. I want to fulfill my own potential as a human being. So I've studied the whole, the mind, all the mind studies, the lucid dream studies that started in the 50s. You know, Duke started a program, in the 50s, studying, exploring lucid dreaming. I've kept up with this stuff since the 60s. Mind research, hemispheric synchronization, synchronizing the two hemispheres, the left and right sides of the mind. The read side of logical, so-called logical reason, discovered that there's no such thing as maybe the logic of hallucination, and the artistic and creative side of the brain. And so the goal is to not lean too far either way. It's to get the two sides working together, to juxtapose the apparently irreconcilable differences into one synchronous union. And so, yeah, ask Jen. Sometimes, you know, we're trying to, well, some people need it, most people need a certain amount of sleep. I went over 20 years, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I went over 20 years on 2 hours of sleep a night, 7 nights a week, 365 days a year. I drank 15 to 20 cups of coffee. I took 12 to 14 Excedrin because it's got caffeine in it. After a few years of that, I had to switch to Tylenol because the aspirin was messing up my stomach. But I had made the move from, I decided to quit working jobs I hated, and to start living and being my dream. So I built a bridge, taking one step at a time from where I was to where I wanted to be. It took 8 years to do that. And when I started living and being my dream, I was so excited. Oh my God, it wasn't work anymore. I'm a workaholic. I learned the work ethic as a boy growing up on a farm in Kentucky. I worked my ass off all the time. I never stopped. But guess what? When you're living and being your dream, it's not work. It's passion. Passion for the creative arts, because I am the creative arts. I am one with the creative force of the universe. I am the creative force of the universe. Guess what? We all can be. I let people know all the time. I suggest to young people who are frustrated, find a dream. Build a bridge from where you are to where you want to be and become your dream. If I can do it, anybody can. I've been doing it for 25 years. And so guess what? My mind, if I get 3 or 4 hours of sleep, that's normal for me. Jen is, I've had so many incredible mentors and teachers, And Jen and I have been together for 4 years. Hi, Jen. And Jen is the best teacher I've ever had. I rarely listen to other people. Listening is the greatest art of all, and I'm a good listener. Daddy taught me how to listen when I was a boy. When he would take me into woods, he taught me how to hunt, how to get in the woods before daybreak, get into the woods before dark, and sit still by myself. I could sit still for 3 or 4 hours in the woods, waiting for a squirrel to come through the trees. I got squirrels in my mind. I got to keep those squirrels quiet. They chatter a lot. Get me thinking. I create scenarios. It can be productive with my creative work, but it can also be detrimental and harmful. Because I get ideas about, well, what if this were to happen? What if that were to happen? In my relationship with Jen, for example. And it's not based on anything except the squirrels in my mind. And so, over 3 years ago, I got off pharmaceuticals. 19 months ago, I quit drinking alcohol. All of that has helped reduce my anxiety level. Jen helped me replace the pharmaceuticals I was taking to help me sleep, to reduce my anxiety level, with herbal medicines. And Jen's a doctor of any number of subjects, and she grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, and I can say a lot about her. She went to, when she was 17, we both graduated when we were 17. She went to school at Center College, graduated when she was 19 with 2 degrees. Incredible person, an artist, and I've never experienced so much happiness and joy and love, and I've never been on such creative fire as with Jen. And so she's helped me with my anxiety levels, but I practice meditation. I do affirmations, visualizations. When I wake up at 3 a.m., I do all of those. I don't count sheep. I do affirmations and prayers and visualizations to calm myself down. Every once in a while, Jen will say, she'll lean over, because she's a healthy sleeper, and she'll say, stop thinking. Well, of course you can't stop thinking, but but it helps me take some deep breaths and do some calming exercises. Whew, God, it's not easy for me to calm down.